Yes, my people. Yes, King of the North. We're talking Game of Thrones, Blood of My Blood. It's just a regular review, no spoiler review. If you want to check out my spoiler review, go to my channel and check out my spoiler review on tonight's episode. Now, I thought tonight's episode was actually pretty good. It was actually pretty good. It sets up a lot of interesting things, a lot of things that to come. We had Sam bringing Gilead to his household. We had a lot with the High Sparrow and a little bit of maybe an alliance happening. We have Arya just really trying to succeed this time in her mission of killing one of the, of course, actresses that are in the play. And then we have Khaleesi's, and Khaleesi's really taking hold and grasp of this new army that she has. Now, I thought in this episode it was well done. I thought Sam really kind of improved in this episode. He really kind of, nut up in this episode. I was very happy with Sam in this episode. I'll just say that. I'm not too big of a fan of Sam when he first entered the fray. He's come a long way. He's definitely come a long way. He was shy, timid, and he was just Sam. He was just a lovable guy, but he just can't pick up a battle axe, which is great. He doesn't need to. I mean, he's more of a Meister anyway. So it was very interesting when he went back to his household with Gilead and the baby. The great interactions. There was great interactions all around. Game of Thrones is great in having a lot of great characters with a lot of great dialogue and a lot of great interactions. What was great about this episode was interesting about this episode was the return, not return, but there was a returning character in this episode, dead or alive. And basically what we had was Margaery. I thought in this episode was very interesting as well, especially with her ideals now. And then, of course, with her and High Sparrow. I thought that was very interesting, little interaction there, especially at one point she talks to somebody, and that interaction it's kind of hard to see what can I give away and what can I not. But there was great interactions with the characters, within the characters. I really thought the effects, it has gotten a lot better. I binge watched the shit out of Game of Thrones, but watching tonight's episode and watching some of the effects and watching the effects beforehand, it's gotten better. And that's what you want in a show like this. And it's crazy. It's a show, but for what it is and how much it has to put into it, it's really, the production value is fantastic. I would love to see a film, but honestly, you watch tonight's episode, it is somewhat like a film, man. I mean, it's you could tell it's a little bit, it has that TV kind of tone or just feel to it, but it works, man. I mean, you can make a movie, but honestly, right now, I think Game of Thrones as a show is just fantastic. I think the effects holds up, and I think a lot of the production value is just fantastic, honestly, especially with a lot of the clothing and all that. I think in this episode, that's what I like about Game of Thrones is you see a lot of the different kind of designs and different. I'm not a wardrobe man, but I'm just saying I would totally rock one of those jackets. So none of the watch. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? But overall, this episode right here, it was definitely, there's a lot of twists. There's definitely some twists and turns towards the end. I mean, I think it's pretty predictable if you think about it. You knew it was going to go this route, but the little twist, and it really just throws something in there for future episodes. So when you guys get to that twist, I think you guys really very much enjoy it. A lot of movement. I believe in this episode, I really got the sense of movement, where the characters are going, what they might be doing. I got a sense of a lot of pieces are moving everywhere. So taking away this episode, I believe that's the most I take it away from, is there's a lot of movement of the characters in this episode. I thought the editing was really well done, especially with these, like I said, the dialogue scenes and stuff. They know how to cut a scene when it needs to be cut. They know how to also keep the scene going when it needs to keep going. I thought this episode was definitely a great. It was a great setup / a lot of things, ending. There's a lot of things that ended that we have to move forward, and I thought this episode was a perfect episode to move forward and to see what things might come and what they want to do. So overall, I give this episode definitely, I think I'll rate it. Okay, I'll rate this episode a 9 out of 10. No, an 8 out of 10. I'll go an 8 out of 10 because I believe so I'm going to start rating Game of Thrones. So here, I believe 8 out of 10 because there wasn't Nothing too crazy. There is a particular part that's kind of crazy, but we kind of knew. I think if you watched the series, you kind of knew this was going to happen. You knew a lot of things were going to happen. So I'll give it an 8 out of 10 because it is a little bit predictable because it's nothing too shocking, especially towards the end of this episode. There was nothing, there was no grand battles or anything like that. There was a lot of dialogue exchange, and it was mostly a lot of Sam in there, and I like Sam, but it would have been nice to see some other characters and what they're doing as well. But I thought it was well balanced episode if you just have the characters that were in here. So I give it an 8 out of 10. I can't go above that because those above are like the battles, are like some epic moments. There has been a couple epic moments in the season already, so I do definitely give this episode an 8 out of 10. I check it out and let me know what you guys think, and if you guys are done, go to my spoiler review and I can really talk about some of the in depth of what my theories and what might happen in the future events. So I'm Dan Megan and his son, King of the North. I don't want to die though. Like the video if you like it. Comment below. Love to hear your guys' thoughts. And always subscribe to the channel because I'm doing Game of Thrones, baby. And you're going to want to hear my thoughts. I'm out of here. Bye, guys. King of the North!